5 seconds. They pleaded not guilty and were brought to trial. The trial court, relying on the evidence of PW5, PW7 and PW10, the injured three eyewitnesses held that the prosecution story in so far as the three appellants was proved beyond doubt, but the other accused, namely Amrik Singh, Joginder Singh, Kulwant Singh and Balwant Singh, were entitled to benefit of doubt and they were accordingly acquitted. The plea of the right of private defense and that if at all the case fell within the ambit of section 304 part 2nd read with section 34 of the IPC was repelled. An appeal was thereafter taken to the High Court by the three appellants. The appeal was dismissed, leading to the present proceedings. The learned counsel for the appellants has argued that in the light of the fact that Bakshish Singh appellant had received an injury in the same incident which had not been explained by the prosecution, the prosecution story itself was in doubt and the accused appellants were entitled to acquittal on that basis. It has also been pleaded that the trial court had found that four of the accused were not involved in the incident and it was thus apparent that the present case was one of false implication on account of animosity between the parties over the construction of the drain. It has finally been pleaded that there was absolutely no evidence to show that the appellants had an intention to commit murder, as the doctor had opined that the two injuries of Bhutta Singh had been caused by the reverse side of the Gandhasi, whereas the other injuries on the person of PWS had been caused with dangs, and as such the case fell under section 304 part 2nd and not under section 302 of the IPC. The learned State Council and complainant counsel have however controverted the stand and pointed out that the trial court and the High Court had given categorical finding that the appellants were involved in a case of murder and had attempted to take the law into their hands and attempted to construct the drain despite the injunction order made by the civil court. We have heard the learned counsel for the parties and gone through the record very carefully. We are of the opinion that no fault can be found with the conviction of the appellants in the light of the fact that the prosecution story rests of the evidence of three injured witnesses. The incident is virtually admitted by both sides, although in different circumstances, as the appellant's claim was that Bakshish Singh had suffered injuries at the hand of the Guru Dayal Singh and others and that the prosecution had suppressed this part of the story. This plea had been rejected by the trial court as well as the High Court, holding that the injuries suffered by Bakshish Singh could not be related to the present incident. We are therefore of the opinion that the conviction of the appellants is fully justified on the facts of the case. We, however, feel that a case under section 302 of the IPC is not spelled out. It is clear from the prosecution story that the incident happened all of a sudden when Bhutta Singh objected to the construction of the drain by Guru Dayal Singh and others in violation of an injunction order in operation. Bhutta Singh was apparently attacked as he was making his way to his fields when he objected to the takings of measurement as a prelude to the diversion of the drain. The evidence shows that some altercation took place on which the three appellants Guru Dayal Singh, armed with a gandasi, and the other two with dungs, caused injuries to Bhutta Singh and the PWS. We, however, to see that the weapons used were in fact implements of common use which are normally carried by villagers all over India, and they do not reflect any prior intention of the part of the accused to commit murder. It also appears that Guru Dayal Singh had used the gandasi from its blunt side, as would be clear from the evidence of the doctor PW4 who had examined Bhutta Singh on the 11th September 1995 in the Dayanand Medical College Hospital, Ludhiana. He opined that both the injuries on the deceased had been caused by a blunt weapon. We therefore find that if the appellants had intended to murder Bhutta Singh, there was nothing to stop Guru Dayal Singh from using the gandasi from its true side, as that would have made it a much more effective weapon. We are therefore of the opinion that the appellants are liable for the offence under IPC.